The invoicing on the construction company.
Yeah, I think you'll like it.
He says I like it. Calvin, he says I like this.
He's going to like it.
We'll see.
It's not for Ben Blomley, but he'll like it. Morning, Rich.
I was literally just having a glass of water. Good morning, Doug.
This is a big day for you today. I haven't told you this yet, so you're going to get this live, this information. You've got your first troll.
Oh, you're kidding me?
You've got your first troll, and I think this is a good thing. So it won't sound good to you, but
is it? I noticed that I play with my ears quite a lot. I need to stop playing with my ears.
Nothing to do with that. It's more fundamental. It's more about your content. But look, I think this is a positive thing. Anyone that's successful in this game is going to get shit.
Oh, God. Am I getting shredded already?
Fortunately for you, it's in a private WhatsApp group, someone that I know, and they have said, this is actually someone that listens to all the pods and is a fan, and it's kind of playful. Yeah. And it says, it's a WhatsApp message private to me. Well, it's in a group, actually. And it says, fuck your...
Okay, great. So it's gone to all your mates.
Some of them. It's a small group. It says, fuck your car hound. www.iamthecarfinder.co.uk. Classic Richard Sams. Nothing original from him yet again. And what he's found... is a guy that basically does car hound. It's actually really interesting. A guy that goes and finds cars for people.
Wow, yeah.
My counter to that would be...
Amazing.
Actually, the fact that it does exist probably means it's not a bad idea. But I thought you'd enjoy getting that little bit of feedback.
Yeah, I absolutely, I do. I mean, I would, looking at Roger's website, Roger, congratulations on executing a superb idea. I would definitely argue that I'm not sure the process is probably the same.
While Rich is looking at that, just for anyone listening, Car Hound was where we find cars for people. So you get in touch with the company and they go and find your second-hand car and do the deal for you. Roger at iamthecarfinder.co.uk.
Love it. We need to get Roger on. Roger's actually doing exactly the idea. Roger, I am the car finder.
I'm not sure from that how he monetizes it, whether that was the issue that we had with it. Would you charge a fee to the buyer or the seller?
I think we need to find out. Roger, and he's Roger Green. Here we are. Roger Green, the car finder, man. Amazing.
That can be your homework. You can email Roger. Why don't you pretend you want to buy a car and see what his process is?
What I'm going to do, I'm going to send him and say, Roger, I can't believe you've stolen my idea. I know it says you've been in business for the last 15 years, but you definitely stole the car hand idea. Roger Green. All right, I'm going to reach out to Rog. Amazing. Great feedback from your close friend.
Friend of the pod. Thanks to Tom Penn for bringing that to our attention.
Cheers, Tom Penn.
So, the idea for today. Guess how many construction companies went out of business in the year ending 31st of March 2023 in the UK?
Oh, I've got no idea of how many there are in the UK. Do you know how many are total?
Tens of thousands. Probably hundreds of thousands.
Tens of thousands.
Definitely hundreds of thousands.
Okay, 1,500.
Not a bad guess. 4,165. So that will, when they go out of business, anyone that they owe money to is completely screwed. They're never going to see that money again. They might see a few pennies on the pound. So huge problem, particularly in construction. The business idea is an alert system for construction companies that looks at your client base, and if any of them are in any kind of financial distress or look like they're about to go into insolvency, then it hits you with that information so you can prepare. Now, this is clearly a good idea from the perspective of building companies do not have this. They all get screwed over. But making this work is going to be difficult, and this is how we're going to make it work. So tools exist where you can monitor the insolvency risk of businesses. Those tools already exist. Red Flag Alert, UK company based in Manchester, is one. They've got an algorithm that pulls a load of data, comes up with a score, which is basically risk of insolvency. So you're just going to use that data. So that exists. The second issue is getting these a lot of them fairly small construction companies to engage with this. Not the most sophisticated operations often. What most people would do, and this is where they'd fuck it up, they would build a tool. They build an app. They build some kind of desktop-based tool which has got all of this nicely laid out in a map. No. This business is going to live on WhatsApp. So you're going to pay 15 quid or 20 quid a month, and then you're just going to WhatsApp all of your customers through to this center, and then we're going to monitor them on Red Flag Alert. And then if anything's going to happen, we're going to send you a message on WhatsApp in plain English that says, Dave, your tiling company that you're contracting for they've gone to like 2 red flags of risk.
DEFCON
they're
5.
fucked. You need to get your money in the next 30 days. Like, what you do is you turn weird insolvency data into like human actions for Dave and his company. So it's like, I wouldn't extend payment terms to this company because they've just had their amber risk, or like, you don't even say amber, you turn it into something that will resonate. So that's what we're going to do. And then we're going to sell that subscription, WhatsApp subscription, into all these building companies. What do you think?
You can get the data, yeah?
100%.
You can okay, so you can get that data. And this is a pure B2B play, so you're not going to be sending information about, Roger, and Moira, who's just had their extension done. And
no, it's B2B.
Hasn't found any cars recently.
It's your tiling company that's subcontracting for a bigger tiling company, and when the bigger company is about to go to the wall.
How expensive is the data? Do you know?
Well, you can. What do you mean? As in to get a subscription to something like Red Flag Alert?
Yeah. Is it like really expensive?
I don't know the exact price, but probably in the hundreds a month.
I mean, I'm going to ask, why would you only do it for construction? Or would you just start at construction and then go elsewhere? Because I would love, as a business owner, to know that if any people that I'm working with from a B2B perspective are triggering some form of insolvency risk. I would love that data, because the more information you get, the better decisions you can make, right? Okay, right. What happens if you miss something? I mean, you say, hey, Tony, you've carried on working with Tony. We missed it. Sorry, Tony. Tony's coming around and annihilating you for missing that. Paid for a service. Bit like the taxi firms, laptops are going down.
Look, it's not 100%. It's a projection based on the data that exists, but it is pretty accurate. So,
I mean, I really like this, Doug. If you reckon you can get that data, and that data can be adjusted or presented in a meaningful way to give, and you've got use cases where you can say, this is someone we flagged after 3 months or 2 months, and then they went insolvent here, here, and here, and you could show that. I reckon you've got a great data subscription business there. And I know I'm super simplistic. Blobberly might go like, blah, start grumbling about it somewhere, but I really like that. And I love the broadcast. Just like flag, broadcast. That's just great. Simple.
Yeah, you're using WhatsApp. So it's a really good question. Why didn't you do it more broadly? And I think you could do it more broadly. The problem that these companies, the actual data providers, have is that the utility is so wide that it makes their marketing difficult, because it's so valuable for so many different people. It's where do you focus that? And I think if you were using their data and sort of sitting in between it and the customer, you'd probably have a similar problem. So I like the idea of starting in an industry where they really need it, construction, because the pain is acute, and then delivering it in a way that works for that industry. So WhatsApp is great. Now, if you were selling it into, marketing agencies, you probably would build a tool that they can log into and look like they're going to be, they're sitting in their computers all day. They're going to be more sophisticated. But like you say, still relevant for those companies. Rate my idea.
I mean, I really like it. I'd give that like an 8. If we're going out of 10. I know these are a bit arbitrary, but I really like that, because you source that data, process it manually, something triggers, reach out to, Bob, Sarah, Jeff, whoever, and go and say, that's it.
Yeah, and
I think it's really.
You could have an outbound strategy to all of these construction companies and just keep the product simple. Look, guys, it's 15 quid a month. If you get stung, because if these guys get stung, it is out of business often. Like, it is a fatal invoice that goes missing. You know, it could be 30,000, 100,000 every time.
Yeah,
one
worth 180 quid a year, isn't it?
180 quid a year,
I'd argue.
And you are going to get a human being, not some shit bit of tech. You get a human being that is looking at the best available data and just sending you a WhatsApp if you've got a problem coming up.
I mean, I'm already over the red flag alert free trial. I want to see what data sets we can get out of that, because I think it's a really neat idea. Congratulations, well done, nice idea.
Outro's on you.
So if you really like Doug's construction idea, or you'd like to hear more about businesses, you could join our waitlist, and the link is below. But yes, of course, subscribe and like, and we'll continue to come up with belters like that, and not belters like Roger the Car Finder. Sorry, Roger. Take care, Doug.